Good morning. It's 11 past 7 o'clock. News Radio 710 Keel. 710keel.com, the website. And you can always listen for free. The download is free. It's the Radio Pup, P-U-P, Radio Pup app for your smartphone.
We are joined by Spar Director Shelly Ragle this morning. Going to get an update and catch up officially on the dog park. The bids are in. You kind of unwrapped them. What did you see? What do they look like?
Well, unfortunately, they were over budget, but we hope that we can sit down and look. We're working with the low bidder on looking at what we might be able to change or modify, take out. Are there things that, were out of line? And see if we can get these bids down to our budget number.
Pardon me, Shelley, but when you take bids from people like that, from the bidders, from the prospective builders, don't they know what your budget is? I mean, why would they come in too high if they know you're not going to pay it?
They believe it's going to cost them that much to do the work that was in there.
And so theoretically, if you've got, let's say, $500,000, and you say we're paying $500,000, that bidders will actually come in with $650,000, hoping that you can come up with another, make up $150,000.
I don't know if that's what they're hoping, or they're just saying to you, we can't build it for that much. I can't.
And you might need to change your specs, huh?
Well, yes. You go in there, you phase it.
How much over are they, Shelley? How bad is it?
Oh, we're somewhere about $350,000 over.
Whoa! We're talking about a $287,000 park. They're double over?
Yes.
What's the big ticket item?
Are these guys from New York? What the heck?
There's nothing actually that's, when you start looking at the numbers and breaking it down, nothing's really big. There's a lot of little things in there.
Well, pardon me, Shelley. Let me rephrase this. Who's more than 100% off? You or them?
I think there's some features in here that were expensive that we're going to look at. Some of that's that entry piece that had the pavilion and has some, and we're going to sit there. We're going to look at it and see if that's something we phase in. Nothing else in here. I know yesterday there was somebody saying, something about the fence. I mean, we went back and looked at a different type of fence. The fencing, you have 4,000. Remember, this is a big park. There's 4,000 linear feet of fencing. It's not even out of line for fencing. So, we're just going to have to sit here and decide. Some of these features were way more expensive than estimated, and decide whether we do these now or we wait and do them later.
Well, I'll be the idiot here. You this isn't your first rodeo. You've priced parks. You've done fencing. You've done all kind of bids like this. Where were we out of whack?
And how could you be so far off?
Yeah.
Or them?
I think the other thing here is we had 3 bidders. Sometimes when you have more competitive bids. But it happens all the time in bidding. Things are what we believe. Like I said, there's probably the biggest ticket item is an entry piece, and we need to look and see if that's what we believed. Sometimes too in the design, that's why we're working with the architect who designed it, because he's the one that puts together his bid estimates, and to see if what he designed is actually what they bid, and that's what we're doing right now.
Shelly Ragle with Spar, this going to delay things again? Can you give me kind of an estimate on what kind of setback this will be?
It depends on if we're able to work out the project, work out the numbers. If not, we'll have to go back and redesign and then put it back out for bid.
You said 3 bidders. Is that how many you anticipated? Did you think, were you surprised there were as few as 3?
We always hope for more. Didn't know, on every project, sometimes you get 10, sometimes you get 2, sometimes you get 1. But we were hoping, for, several so that they would be really competitive. And this one varied. You know, we had 3 bidders, and like I said, we're looking at it to see if, you know, these are the elements that some of them that we need to take out. So we'll just work on it, and we may decide that, you know, there are things like certain amenities that we take out and look at doing those in the future.
We spoke with the dog park folks yesterday regarding some of the features that are, you know, would be deal breakers. Are there things in it from the city's perspective, from Spar, that we must have in this dog park, and these are deal breakers?
No, I mean, I think the most important thing is, you know, a safe environment where you can take your dog and feel comfortable letting them off the leash. And, you know, you don't have to have a lot. We want to have a really nice park. It's on our, we've talked about it over and over. It's on our riverfront. We want it to be reflective of, you know, the beauty of the riverfront. But there's not anything for us. I mean, this is a park that had public input, and, you know, things were prioritized in the meetings with the public, and we want to make sure that those things come first.
A 6-foot fence necessary? Can you go to a 4-foot fence? Does that make a big difference?
I'm not sure it's a 6-foot fence.
Okay.
I don't know where that came from.
All right.
So and we're not doing iron fencing. We went back and we found a different type of fencing that's used in dog parks. It's decorative, but it's not like a wrought iron. It's a different type of fence. So the fence has really become, like I said earlier, it's not even the big ticket item in here.
Shelly, pardon, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but if your original budget called for, what was it, $287,000, and the estimates are all at about, say, $600,000, and you're the one that feels compelled to start cutting, doesn't that say that your estimate was the one that was off?
Well, you know, it's a contractor's. I mean, it's an architect's estimate, and we knew that it was. We're telling you what I'm saying to you is we're not sure that what we're working with the low bidder on is determine whether or not he's bidding exactly what the architect designed.
Or historically, in your experience as Spar Director and doing contracts and bids, will they come in high just trying to get whatever they can get?
Oh, I don't know if it's that or if it's interpretation of, and I'm not talking about this contract necessarily, but sometimes what you'll get is there's concrete in a bid and they're deciding, you know, what type, and you have to let those, this is why this contractor, our architect are working together to just figure out if he bid exactly what he designed.
So this is just kind of part of the process. This is sort of phase one, as it were.
You're phase one of the process to getting to bid, or contracting.
Yeah. In other words, see, I'm not familiar with the process of doing this, and I guess my question is this is just part of the negotiation?
Well, this is part of determining whether this is a valid bid or not.
Gotcha.
And so far, we don't have any.
Right. Well, I mean, a $600,000 dog park would be one of the priciest in the country. That's for sure.
Doggy elevators.
Yeah, it would. Tiger's excited. He's looking forward to it. Maybe later this year. Maybe.
We were ready to get going. So yes.
Gotcha.
We have to get a contract. You know, like I said, figure out if what was designed is exactly what was bid, and then from there we'll decide if we needed to phase in some of the elements. You know, some of the bigger elements that are not necessary, but would make it really nice, and then we'll go from there.
Shelly Ragle, Queen of Spar, thank you for your time this morning. Appreciate it.
News Radio 710 Keel, Fletcher Sports on the way. Keel News Radio time is 7:19.